Hey, this is Brent with Vintage Statements, and well, we've got a piece that we're going to redo. It's been overpainted, it's really been banged up, but we're going to show you how to bring this piece back to life. So follow along as we start that journey. Alright, you can kind of see here that we've got some hinge problems and that we need to make sure that this door doesn't go in farther. So we're going to put a little stopper in here, right here, so when the door closes it'll nudge against that and keep it from going in farther. And then we'll obviously tighten these up when we put this thing back together. Okay, so we fixed all the issues, but this thing's been painted pretty thickly. So we're going to knock some of this paint off, smooth it out. We're also going to show you in this video how not to put on the paint this thick so you won't get this rough look and everything like that. So first, let's sand some of this down, get it smooth, get it all cleaned up, and then we can start painting this piece. We're going to use chalk paint, so typically you don't have to sand, but since this piece is so rough, we're going to sand a lot of it out, and then we're going to paint it. So, follow along. Alright, now we're to the step where we can start painting. All that hard work's done. I've got one of the drawers. I'm going to start on the back side here. I'm going to use my Dixie Belle Bella brush and Dixie Belle Vintage Duck Egg for this project. So let's get started. We'll do the back sides, we'll do the drawers, then we'll do the front sides, and then we'll start on this big part here. One thing that gets people in trouble a lot with painting is that they dip their brush all the way in and just put a big pile on here and just try to spread that out. You can see I've already done the backs of the drawers, but I've only used the tip of my brush here. So I only use a small amount of paint, and then they spread that evenly throughout. This piece, when they painted it with the brown, they used the globs and try to smear it out, and you can see the deep brush strokes in it. I'm a brush stroker painter, but I try to keep all the brush strokes out of it by going with light amounts of paint and spreading it even. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind when you're working on a project like this. Alright, we have it painted. Now what we're going to do is put our Dixie Belle clear coat flat on, and we're going to use our Dixie Belle chip brush. So, let's begin. Alright, here it is completed. We used vintage Duck Egg from Dixie Belle. We used their paint brushes and we used their clear coat. In the description below I'll put a link to their products. But as you can see, and by my supervisors, they came out pretty cool looking. So if you like this project and many of our others, definitely subscribe to this channel, like and comment. You can also find us at Vintage Statements on Facebook and Instagram. So we'll see you guys around.